Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to see together the third type of sentences. If you remember, we studied together simple sentences, and we said that a simple sentence should contain a subject and a verb, and it should express a complete thought. Then we studied together compound sentences and said compound sentences are two simple sentences connected together by a coordinating connector. And of course, you remember the coordinating connector. The coordinating connector are very good, are connected together in the expression fan points. Today, we are going to study complex sentences and see how complex sentences are different from compound and simple sentences. First of all, a complex sentence is made up of an independent clause. Of course, my lovely students, you remember independent clause. Very good. A simple sentence and one or more dependent clause connected to it. Oh, so this time we have one independent clause and one or more dependent clause. The independent clause we studied together, and you remember very well that it refers to a sentence that contains subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. What about dependent clause? Dependent clause is like an independent clause. It's like the complete sentence, but there's one main difference. What's the main difference between dependent and independent clause? Actually, a dependent clause doesn't have one of the elements that would make a complete sentence. Oh, you mean the three basic elements, subject, verb, and the complete thought? Yes, very good. If one of these elements is missing, the clause will change from being independent to be dependent. For example, if the subject is missing, if there is no subject in the clause, it's not independent clause. It will be dependent clause. If the verb is missing, it means this clause is not independent clause. It's dependent clause. If the subject and the verb are available, but they don't express a complete thought, also this clause is not dependent. It's not independent, it's dependent clause. So again, please don't forget, an independent clause is different from a dependent clause. An independent clause, this is the complete simple sentence. But a dependent clause is a simple sentence that doesn't have one of the elements that make it a complete sentence. It may lack a subject, it may lack a verb, it may not express a complete thought. Also in the compound sentences, if you remember, we used to connect two independent clauses by a coordinating connector that were combined in fan points. But here, no, we are not going to use coordinating connector. So what we are going to use, how we will connect the dependent with the independent? Oh, we will connect them together by using a subordinator. Oh, so we don't have a coordinator this time? No, we don't have. We have a subordinator. We have subordinating conjunctions. Can you give us some examples? Of course. As, because, since, after, although, when, while, or relative pronouns. Sometimes you can use relative pronouns like who, that, which, Let's have a look at these examples of dependent clauses. Because Mary and Samantha arrived at the bus station before noon. When we read such example, we will find that the meaning is not complete. While he waited at the train station, what happened? While he waited at the train station, what happened? After they left on the bus, what happened? The meaning here is not complete. So dependent clauses, as you can see, can't stand alone as a sentence. To give us meaning as readers, they should be added to an independent clause to form a complex sentence. So dependent clauses begin with subordinating conjunctions. And these are some of the most common subordinating conjunctions. After, although, as, because, before, even though, if, since, though, unless, until, when, whenever, whereas, wherever, while. These are just examples. The list actually is very long. What about the position of the dependent clause? The dependent clause can go first or second in the sentence. So you can use it first in the sentence, followed by the independent clause, or you can start by the independent clause and then use the dependent clause. Here, we will see together in this slide how we can use the dependent clause first in the sentence. Because Mary and Samantha arrived at the bus station before noon, I didn't see them at the station. Where is the dependent clause, my lovely students? Oh, very good, very good. Because Mary and Samantha arrived at the bus station before noon. And where is the independent clause? Oh, yeah, very good. I didn't see them at the station. And where is the subordinating connector? Because, very good. The second example, while he waited at the train station, Joe realized that the train was late. Where is the dependent clause? While he waited at the train station. Where is the independent clause? Joe realized that the train was late. And where is the subordinator? While. Very good students. I'm very happy. I'm really over the moon. After they left on the bus, Mary and Samantha realized that Joe was waiting at the train station. In this example, who can tell me which is the dependent and which is the independent clause? Oh, very good. After they left on the bus, this is the dependent clause. Mary and Samantha realized that Joe was waiting at the train station is the independent clause. And the subordinating connector after. Very good students. So don't forget, I can start my sentence with the dependent or with the independent. Thank you very much. Hope you have enjoyed our session today. Until we meet again,